To talk to you about the Veteran Patton setup. I'm actually searching for the perfect pad setup at the moment, and in the name of science, what I've actually done at the moment is I've made a little modification on the other side, which I'll show you, but I'm actually trying to see how this compares to the original stock one at the same time. So what I've done is as you can see, this is a standard setup, normal toe pad, I guess you call it. We have the stock ones that come with the pattern, front and rear, top. Now, the problem I find with this is the way that they move up and down. It's sort of parametric, so you can go in notches because it locks in at the back. There's little teeth that go up and down. Now, because of that, you cannot get in between that, and it's either, I find, too high or a little bit too low. So, what I've done on the other side, a little bit brutal, I've actually hacksawed the front toe pad off, and as you can see, I've velcroed the whole thing. Now, I've popped Grizzla on, which is wonderful, but let me just show you the difference. I thought I'd show you the difference while they're both on the different sides. As you can see, these ones are quite bulky. Now, my last ride, I found that when I was on them, and I was like, if you just stand riding, it's probably not too bad, but I like to sit down as well, and I also like to be able to bend my knees a little bit. Now, I just found that with only that much room to move, because this isn't that wide, with only that much room to move, I really just felt like I was a little bit locked in too much and didn't have enough room to be able to move around the way I want to. So anyway, we put the Grizzla on. Now, Grizzla, Flow Big, are actually quite large, so they would come up probably about the same height as those normally. What I've gone for is Grizzla Compact, Flow Compact. Now, this is a bit of a custom setup, so I actually used the toe pad from the Flow Big, attached it to the Flow Compact, and to give you an idea, instead of being locked in like that, can actually give you a lot more space to be able to move. So I actually found this to be a lot more comfy. Now, I'm actually going to, straight after this video, I'm going to hacksaw the other side off and pop this on again on the other side. But what I really believe, and even after using this, I like to ride seated. So I want to be able to transition a little bit easier. I do find that this still gets in the way. So what I'm really planning to do, once I've gone and tested with this on both sides, I'm going to try something a little bit controversial, and this is where I think power knobs really are onto something. And even the original design, I really reckon Leaperkim were onto something here. Just having this, and I mean, really, you could ride it quite comfortably with just this on its own. Always better having a back pad, a bit more comfortable, and makes you feel a little bit more secure. This I just find too bulky and in the way. So really, with power knobs, which I haven't used, but again, I think they're onto something. I really kind of feel like to be able to transition nicely from standing to seated riding, I'm really kind of feeling like this is probably all you really need. So once I've had a go with this on both sides, which I've got to try, because I really do love that, and I think it'll really be nice for really getting proper torque on the wheel and using the torque properly. I'm actually going to try taking this top part off, and I'll try it with this whole thing as well. So just the bottom, and again, this is a custom setup, so this is Flow Large, Flow Compact, and I believe if you do just standing riding, then this is probably the ultimate setup. Now, because I like transitioning to sitting, and I want to be able to sort of bend my knees to be able to, if I'm going to do a big jump or something, I like to be able to bend my knees and just have freedom moving around the thing. So I'm kind of thinking I'm going to try just this, and even just this one. Now what that actually means, I think, is instead of spending a few €100 and waiting for a couple of months for these, we've got to wait a couple of months either way, but Instead of spending 300 euros, I really think realistically with a Patton, if you do seated riding and you want this space here to be able to bend your knees, and you want to be able to just, I guess, move backwards and forwards with total freedom as well, so you can really bend your knees into braking as well. I really believe that this, and just this section, could really be the ultimate setup.
Okay, wow. Alright, that's amazing. So instantly, this just feels like home. I feel like the wheel's been unlocked. I'm getting more torque than I ever had before. This is only a little small area. I'm able to carve like I never had before on this wheel. I kind of feel like it's been unlocked. Amazing difference. Yeah, straight up. That is amazing. Okay, so if you ride standing up, I believe this has to be the best setup. I feel totally free. I can bend my knees so much more. Even carving, I don't know why carving's so much easier. But yeah, no. It feels like the wheel has been unlocked. It suddenly feels like home. That is straight up amazing. So, I'll slow down so the wind's not as bad. Anyone with stock pads and the stock setup, you are being held back, I can tell you now. Yeah, if you've got massive big pads on the front, you cannot use the wheel the way it's meant to be used. This just feels, and it's with the Grizzla, it just feels comfortable. There's nothing, no hard bits sticking into the front of my shins or feet. Sorry about the noise. It just feels totally different, and in an amazingly comfortable way. So yeah, straight up amazing. Wow. So braking, carving, and acceleration instantly unlocked. Brilliant, beautiful. I loved it before, but it just felt kind of stiff and restricted, and I felt like I just couldn't move enough. Didn't have the freedom that I wanted. This gives you that freedom. If you're a stand-up rider, purely stand-up, even probably seated riding as well, if you're used to doing it with pads, this is probably, quite possibly, the ultimate setup for a Patton. Yeah. Slow, big would just be too restricting, exactly like the other ones. I can bend my knees the way I really want to. It's just so much nicer. And the carving, I can't get over the carving. And I don't quite know why that is, but unlock your wheel. Trust me, unlock your wheel with Grizzla. And braking. So much better, straight up. Now I can see how you could possibly race with this wheel. It just has so much more torque. I can't wait to take this off road. Unfortunately, the forest which I normally ride in near us, it's a Sunday. It's a not too bad a day, and it's just likely to be absolutely packed with people. Unfortunately, it's not really viable on a day like this. So this is where I normally come up and practice tricks and bring my son up to teach him different things. But for the purpose of this test, it's done quite adequately. But unlock your wheel with Grizzla, just do it. I would recommend flow big, bottom pad, flow compact, the top section of the pad if you're a stand-up rider. Again, my next experiment is going to be taking off the top pad and I think actually just the top pad. I think I'll keep the braking now. I don't think there's any reason to take that off. But that top pad I'm going to take off, and I'm going to take that to the forest next time, I think. But instantly, even with this, and even with let's just try bonking a little bit. Let's just see how that goes. Just go around here. Yeah, look. Yep, I couldn't do that before because I couldn't bend my knees the way I needed to, so I can finally get, and again, I'm not getting much air, I'm not really trying in here, but yeah, that is just straight up amazing. I can control the wheels so much better. I just feel like it's been unlocked. So, take my advice. Spend the money, Grizzla is worth it, but get the ones that will fit the pattern like this, and I can guarantee you, you will thank me. Anyway, I'm out. I'm going to keep having some fun doing this, put this camera down, which is sending me off balance a little bit. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.